from Randall. Thank you for support of the Louisa County Fair. This class of February and March heifers, I'll be the first to admit, there's not a perfect heifer in this class. There's things I'd like to change about all of them, but you can't deny the extra quality, power, and dimension that the heifer has that comes out and leads off the class. One I just admire for her extra pin width and power that she carries all the way over her top, and true dimension and rib shape. One that when you ask her to get out and move, I'd sure like to change this one to make her more ideal. I'd like to relax her top, lay her back in her shoulder and knee, just see her get out and hit the ground a little truer and freer. But a very nice heifer that's definitely got a lot of quality to her. The heifer that comes out around second, she's one that I do admire for her structure and integrity. One that really gets out and motors around the ring well, uses her front end and really reaches. That's where she has the advantage over the heifer that leads off the class, but she's just one that just gets overpowered. I'd really like to see this heifer on down the road a little more mature and closer to Kevin. She just gets to be too flat-sided and not enough just true rib shape to get any farther ahead in class. The heifer that comes out second, she's a really moderate weight female, one that, I think if you just make her a little bigger, she could probably find her way further up in class. She's one that's good-footed and athletic out on the move. She too as well just gets a little tubular and flat-sided, a little heavier in her chest for her condition than I'd like to see, but a very nice moderate big female for the kid to go out and make a nice brood cow. The heifer that rounds out the class, I really admire this female for her extra size and power. One that, is more like the heifer that wins the class. I'd just like to see her have more true power and dimension for the size that she brings. One that's for her, just like the heifer in front of her, for her condition. She's wanting to get a little bigger in her chest, but you know, I'd like to just loosen her up at her top, lay her back in her knee as well for her to get higher in the class. But a very nice female, I like the size of it.
How about a round of applause for our exhibitors? Good job, kids. Placing top of that class was Jackson Heindel, followed by Max Vogel, Nolan Brandt, and rounded out by Maverick Ocean. Going down to your program, 2-4-3-1 if you're keeping score. Now entering the ring will be our final class of registered Angus heifers, Maverick Ocean and Alana Edwards. Our judge today is Brandon Reck. Brandon comes to us from Blakesburg, Iowa, where he farms on the family farm. Reck Brothers and Sons, they raise Simmental cattle, have for over 40 years on the farm. They have 180 head of Simmental Angus cross. They have an annual production sale every January, at the end of January, with bulls and heifers.
Would you throw this away for me?
After the conclusion of this class, we will bring out the winners of the first 3 classes and choose the winner, the champion Angus heifer. That banner is sponsored by Sloops Land and Livestock, Eric and Terry Sloops.
This class of senior yearling Angus heifers to round out the Angus for the day. You know, 2 that are very similar in their type and kind. Both of them I'd like to melt off a little bit of extra condition and see them that way. The heifer that leads off the class, one that's getting a little bit of extra fat deposits back here on her, by her tail head, but her condition lays on her the best of the two. One that gets out, of the two, she tracks the best. She's the longest hip, takes the most athletic and comfortable reach off of her back two wheels. One that you just admire for getting here today and having her, presented the way she does. A very nice heifer to start the class off with. The heifer that comes out around here in second, one that does have more true power and dimension. I'd really like to see this heifer, probably 50 to 75 pounds lighter and see how she gets out and moves. Right now, she's just the shortest and most uncomfortable off of her back too. But I'd like to just lengthen her out compared to the heifer that's in front of her. But a very good cow prospect for the young man to take home.
Thank you to our exhibitors. Placing first was Alana Edwards, rounded out by Maverick Ocean. We will now bring in the class winners from our 4 classes and choose the champion Angus heifer. From class 1 is Jackson Heindel. From class 2 is Layla Kling. From class 3 is Jackson Heindel. And from class 4, Alana Edwards.
Thank you.
The champion Angus heifer planner is sponsored by Schlute's Land and Livestock. Thank you to Eric and Terry Schlute's. If you are getting a little hot, I don't blame you. It'd be a good time to get a refreshment. The Fairboard Pop Stand, as well as the bar, station coffee, and Soul Nutrition drinks are available on the south side of the show ring in the tent. Go it! Also on the south side will be Showdown and Final Drive shirts available for sale for $20.
What?
We'll keep trying to move along today with the heat. Give these Angus exhibitors a nice round of applause. They've had a very good deep and big show. The Angus heifer that comes out of the first class, like I said in class 1, you admire for extra stoutness and body and rib, or extra bone and foot size. One that, like I said in class, if I was a changer, I'd like to relax her in her top and just see her get out and move a little better. The heifer that comes out of the second class, one that won that relatively easy. She's one that I admire this heifer for her freshness. I'd like to just give her a little bit more body and dimension as we get her out here. But one that does have some bone and foot size to match. Really a nice heifer out of that second class. Heifer comes out of the third class, another one that has a lot of extra body and dimension to her. One I would like to lay her back in her knee, but one that you can't deny the extra quality and power that she has to offer as a brood cow. The heifer that rounded out our last class of the summer yearlings, the senior division, one that you admire for her power and dimension that she does have. I'd like to lean her up a little bit, but one that's definitely athletic and good at the ground. I'll go out here and get you a green and reserve Angus female.
champion Angus heifer was exhibited by Jackson Heindel. Congratulations, Jackson. Entering the ring will be Max Vogel, second place in that class. That's a clean sweep by the Heindel family. Jackson Heindel is also your reserve champion Angus heifer. Congratulations to the Heindels, and thank you to all the exhibitors in the Angus class. Our next class of breeding heifers will be the Charolais class. We have one entry in our Charolais class, so hopefully the judge can get this one right. No pressure. Edward Hoops will be our exhibitor in the Charolais class. The champion Charolais heifer banner is sponsored by Mike, Nancy, and Chris McConaughey.
Really a high quality Charolais female this young man brings out to us today. I'd like to see her have a little more competition because I'm sure she can withstand a lot of it. One that you really just admire for her power and extra body that she has, and still able to get around the ring. Very athletic, really wide pin set. You know, she takes that true squareness to the ground as she hits and travels very well. One that I'm really excited to get out here and see her with some little competition. Congratulations, young man.
Nice job, Edward Hoops, with your champion Charolais heifer, and thank you to Mike, Nancy, and Chris McConaughey for sponsoring the Charolais banner. Now entering the ring will be our E class of heifers: Victoria Briggs, Kate Todemeyer, and Cale Brown. This banner is sponsored by the Heindel family: Dan, Casey, Kanan, and Tyler Heindel. Campbell, excuse me. Helping us with ribbons and banners in the ring is our fair royalty, King Cole Storm, Queen J.C. Hoy, and our princess, Paisley Buckman. Thank you and congratulations to our royalty.
All out.
Sorry for taking a little extra time on this trip. You'll pick that for a second. Taking a little extra time on this trio of heifers. All three of these heifers are loaded with a lot of quality. Commend the exhibitors for putting a lot of time and effort in. I know this isn't easy. There is a little bit I'd like to change. Both these heifers at the top, I'd be the first to admit I'd like to change both their front end structure, laying back in their shoulder and their knee a little bit. But the heifer that comes out to the top of the class, she's going to be, she's a May, I believe. The heifer that's second to January, so we got a little bit of age difference to sort through on top of the quality. I think it's a really, really close call. The heifer that comes out here first, where she gets the edge, I think she's just a little more leveler out of her hip, makes her a little more comfortable out on the move, just reaches with a little more athleticism off of her rear too. One that definitely has extra body and power, you really love about that. But the one that, the way I can see it, she just moves a little better off of her rear end and a little more comfortable. And I believe it starts just right there, being a little more longer and leveler out of her hip. Heifer that comes out here in second, one that you really admire for her size and power. Her as well. I'd like to lay her back in her shoulders, see her reach off of her front end. But where it comes, this heifer, just doesn't reach quite as athletic. Like to see her reach a little softer, hit the ground a little softer with some more athleticism. But one that definitely has a ton of quality and power to her. The heifer that comes out third, the young lady's done a really good job with fighting through. When she gets this heifer set, she's really, really nice. One that definitely gives those two a run for their money when she gets her set. But when she gets her on the move, I like to relax her in her spine and just see her move with a little more athleticism. Congratulations on a nice trio of heifers.
Congratulations to our exhibitors of the subclass. Our champion, Keenan heifer, is exhibited by Victoria Briggs, and the reserve champion was Gail Brown. Class rounded out by Kate Fulmeyer. Really nice class. Now entering the arena will be our Hereford class. Emma Salazar and Kennedy Wright, our Hereford class.
First call, so I want first call.
Really a nice pair of Hereford heifers that come out. When this heifer comes in the ring, she demands your attention. I really appreciate the foot size and extra bone and power this female has. One that gets out and comfortability as she gets around the ring. You know, a really nice female. She'll be interested to get back out here as the day goes on. The heifer that comes out second, you know, she does have the distinct advantage as far as length of body. You know, one that just gets a little bit, you know, flatter sided, a little, like to just give her a little more body and dimension as she goes away from you. She wants to not get quite as comfortable off of her rear too. She wants to kind of knuckle on her passage a couple times. But, you know, as far as just length of body, cow power, size, levelness of hip, a really nice female for the young lady to take on. Congratulations.
Our champion Herbert Pepper was exhibited by Kennedy Wright. Thank you to Hoops Charlotte for sponsoring that banner. And the reserve champion Hereford is Emma Salazar. Now entering the ring will be our maintainer class, Gavin Hunt and William Hoops. Our champion maintainer heifer banner is sponsored by the Hunt Show Cattle. Thank you, Hunt Show Cattle. Thank you to the guys in the ring helping out. Good job, Alex Meinzer, Greg Stoy, and Rob Edwards for all you're doing to maintain the safety of our kids out there in the ring. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Austin Edwards, being superintendent of the show, doing a great job putting this on. Having an audible power going out, you did a great job.
First call, not one commercial cattle. First call.
Really a tough class of maintainer heifers. This is really difficult to sort through in my mind. You got some age difference and definitely size difference. I landed on this heifer that's in January. It all depends where you want to lie with your preferences. I really appreciate this heifer for how fresh as she comes in. She's one from the side that looks like she might be a little bit flatter made. You step behind this heifer, there's sure definitely enough power and dimension in her. Really wide pin set. One that gets out and travels very, very well. I like how this heifer uses her rear hock a little bit better than the heifer in second. Gets out and goes. Definitely a high quality female that I appreciate for her extra size and brute ability. The heifer that comes in second, I'm not going to argue with anybody that wants to use this heifer to win the class. One for me just gets a little bit quick in her look. One that's just, she's super stout, got a lot of rib and body, extra bone and foot. She moves well enough. One I just like to compare to the heifer in front. Just like to see her use her hock and reach a little bit more comfortably. But definitely two high quality females in this class. Congratulations.
Congratulations, William Hoops, your champion maintainer heifer. That banner was sponsored by Hunt Show Cattle, and reserve champion Gavin Hunt. Now entering the ring is our shorthorn heifer, Paige Spodemeyer. Champion shorthorn heifer is sponsored by Dave Brumley. Also, thank you to Courtney Orr and Hannah Anderson. They are in the ring taking pictures. Courtney has beautiful moments photography. You'll be able to see pictures from the day on her website and on Facebook. I'm guessing the Louisa County Fair will probably share those links as well.
Hey, see her?
Just a single entry in the shorthorn division, but one that, again, could definitely stand a lot of competition. This November heifer, I believe she said, I'd like to see her showing a little bit of calf. I don't know what the young lady's operation is. Maybe it doesn't line up for fall calving, but that would be my only thing I'd like to see this heifer be showing a little bit closer to calving. But you definitely got to admire the quality this female has. She's got some extra size to her. She's really wide pinned as she goes away. Big top, got good rib shape. One that I'd like to see out here in the final drive and see how she compares. Congratulations on a nice effort.
I thought we were having a party there for a while. The lights going on and off, but we might be officially on with everything on now. I believe it was the Edwards family that borrowed their generator to us, so we have some sound, and I appreciate that. running the generator. Thank you very much. We'll now have our Senetal Foundation effort by Gavin Hunt coming in, and that banner is sponsored by the Townsley family, Greg and Dana Townsley. Also coming to help us out in the ring is Kennedy Wright, our junior queen. Nice to have Kennedy join us. She was showing earlier today, and it's nice to have our junior queen here, Kennedy Wright.
Final call, Class 1 versus Peppers. First call, Class 2 versus Peppers.
Just another single entry in this foundation division, but another heifer. Again, I know it sounds rhetorical, but one that could definitely withstand some competition, and it'd be interesting to get her out here with some more competition. You know, I really like the exercise this heifer has. You know, the way her muscle lays on nice and flat, but still wide in and has plenty of power and dimension to her. You know, she's got a big sweeping rib cage to her. One that's plenty athletic enough out on the move. We'll get her out here and compare her to some other heifers and see how she stacks up. Congratulations.
Nice job there, Gavin Hunt. Your champion Senetal Foundation heifer. Again, that banner sponsored by Greg and Dana Townsley. Thank you for your sponsorship. Now entering the ring will be our commercial heifer classes. Class 1 has Cadence Chamberlain, Layla Kling, Brianna Skillen, Victoria Briggs, and Hunter Diekman. 5 entries. Cadence Chamberlain, Layla Kling, Brianna Skillen, Victoria Briggs, and Hunter Diekman.
Hey, what's that?
It's commercial. And then we got another one, and then Which way does it need to go? I just moved it. We need to go up. Okay, bye.
Definitely some difference in types and kinds in this class, but I think you got to laying on this red heifer very easy. When she come in the ring, she really caught your attention. One that's got a lot of extra bone power. For her age, I think she's big enough. But if I was to change her, I'd like to just give her a little bit more size. But one that breeds with some longevity as well. Still, as she gets out and moves, she tracks well enough. I think there's definitely the heifer in a second. She probably has his advantage as far as just structure integrity, but doesn't have the bone mass and power to match a very nice heifer to lead the class off with. A heifer that comes around second, one that's just really green in her condition, and you do appreciate the way she comes to you and that. I mean, one that gets out and travels very well. If I was a changer, I just want to power her up, give her a little more dimension and shape over her top, but a nice female for the young lady to take home and watch her grow into a good cow prospect for her. The heifer that comes out here in third, one that has a little bit of exercise to her compared to the ones in the class. I just would like to see her lay back in her shoulder a little bit and just move a little bit better out of her front end. And I definitely think you can move her up a spot there in the second. Just a very nice female for the young lady to take home. Moderate weight female here that comes out in third. One that I just like to change her, how she reaches out of her front end, and I feel like you can move her up too. She's got a little bit more power and dimension to her, but I think that comes with her moderation as well. Heifer that comes out here to round the class out, young man's done a very nice job with. One I just want to give more body and true power to get any higher up in the class, but a nice commercial view and commercial show.
Thank you to our exhibitors. Top of that class, we Victoria Briggs, followed by Layla Clay, Brianna Skillen, Cadence Chamberlain, and rounded out by Hunter Diekman. Now in orders 4, 2, 3, 1, 5. 4, 2, 3, 1, 5 if you're keeping score in your program. Now entering is class 2 of our commercial heifers with Claire Humphreys, Emma Salazar, Kinley Brown, and Joel Totemeyer. Claire Humphreys, Emma Salazar, Kinley Brown, and Joel Totemeyer. On the conclusion of this class, we'll bring back in Victoria Briggs. We'll choose our champion commercial heifer. That banner is sponsored by Ron and Jean Gorman family. The reserve champion commercial heifer is sponsored by Louisa County Farm Bureau. If you look around our arena, you'll see a number of different banners. Those banners are for businesses within our community that has helped support this fair. So take notice of all the companies and businesses that have taken the time and willing to spend some money on our fair. It's really nice to see all the support from our area community.
sorry for taking longer on this class, but I think it did need it. There's so many different types and kinds and options to put these bottom three. I wouldn't argue with anybody anyway. I'll explain how I see them here after a bit. But there was no denying when this heifer walked into class, she had to win. You know, one that you just admire for extra body and dimension. You know, one I just love that center portion of her body, the way she has her lower rib and forearm and heart blends into her shoulder. One I really just love like that. She gets out and moves. She moves plenty adequately well. You get behind her and watch her go. She tracks through. Very nice effort to lead the class off with. The heifer that comes out there in second, she definitely doesn't have any of the extra bells and whistles, and I do appreciate her for that, and you have to appreciate her for that as well. One that just gets there solely on her structure. The way she moves and gets around the ring, she does it probably as good as any in class. That's the only way that heifer gets there is just her structural integrity. Still has quality, body, depth of rib, moderate or frame, gonna make a nice signal for the young lady. The red heifer that comes out here third, one that I admire for her body, power, foot size, one that's giving the lady a hard time, but when she gets her steps, when she gets her stopped and put together, you know, one that I think is got the advantage as far as just muscle shape. She looks more like a female. The heifer that rounds the class off just gets a little bit too terminal for me, but you do have to admire the quality that she has. You know, I just like to change those bottoms too in their structure. Congratulations.
How about a round of applause for all our exhibitors there? That was a real nice class. First in that class was Joel Tolmeyer, followed by Claire Humphreys, Emma Salazar, and Kenley Brown. Now coming back into the ring will be Victoria Briggs with her Class 1 winner, and Joel Tolmeyer with his Class 2 winner. From that, we will decide on the champion commercial heifer. Again, that banner sponsored by the Foreman family. Ron and Jean, thank you for your support. The reserve champion is sponsored by the Louisa County Farm Bureau. At the conclusion of naming our champion and reserve champion, we will have all of the breeding champions and reserves come back to the ring to decide on our champion supreme heifer.
As we get these females out here, they're champions from commercial female, give these competitors a nice round of applause. Nice to get these two class winners out here. We started with the red heifer out of the first class. One you know really won that class and excelled very easily. One you appreciate for just the extra quality she has, the power, the extra bone and stoutness, and still gets out and moves around the ring relatively well. Then the black and white female that come out of this last class, one like I said in class, just you appreciate her extra quality, you know, her extra body, bone, and athleticism. I'll go out and get you a champion commercial heifer.
Congratulations, Joel Tolmeyer, your champion commercial heifer. Second place was Claire Humphreys in that class. Your reserve is Victoria Briggs. So again, now we will have all of our champions come into the ring. We will choose our supreme champion heifer. The champion Angus heifer was Jackson Heidel. champions in only, reserves in the waiting area. So champion Angus heifer was Jackson Heinold. The champion Charlet heifer was Edward Hoops. Champion Keena heifer was Victoria Briggs. Champion Hereford heifer, Kennedy Wright. Champion Maintainer heifer, William Hoops. Champion Shorthorn heifer, Paige Todemeyer. The Simmental Foundation champion was Gavin Hunt. And the champion commercial heifer, Joel Todemeyer. I believe that's 9 in all. The champion Supreme heifer banner is sponsored by Jameson Angus Farms. So once again, in are coming all of our champions. The champion Angus heifer, Jackson Heinold. The champion Charlet heifer, Edward Hoops. The champion Key is Victoria Briggs. The Hereford, Kennedy Wright. Maintainer is William Hoops. Shorthorn, Paige Todemeyer. Simmental, Gavin Hunt. Commercial, Joel Todemeyer. Champion Supreme heifer banner is sponsored by Jameson Angus. There's also a traveling trophy in memory of Alex Edwards. On the south side of the arena and the tents are some Final Drive and Showdown shirts that are available for sale for $20 if you want to pick one of those up. As well, the Fairboard has a pop stand, bar station coffees over there, and Soul Nutrition drinks are also available if you need some refreshments.
Give these exhibitors a nice round of applause. They've really brought some good, high quality cattle out today. I'd like to first thank the Louisa County Fair for having me out today. I really enjoyed this female show. Very pleased with the quality. Probably even a little bit surprised with the depth. You guys should be very proud of that. There's a lot of cattle out here that I'm sure has been competitive and going to go on and be competitive at the state fair and show showdown as well. Give them a round of applause for that. It's hot out. I'm not going to stand here and talk all these. I've talked them in class. You know, there's definitely a top five and even deeper than that a guy can pick. I'm glad to see that I don't have to only pick two and leave three more out, because these guys, if they make the top five, they need to be really proud of their cattle and the work they've put in. I'd just like to congratulate all the exhibitors again, and I'll go out and pick you top five.
Smile. Congratulations, Joel Todemeyer. Your champion Supreme Heifer, again sponsored by Jameson Davis Farms. Now entering will be the Reserve Champion Commercial Heifer, exhibited by Victoria Briggs. The Reserve Supreme Heifer banner is sponsored by B&D Ryan Farms. Thank you to Bill and Denise Ryan. Again, we will be placing the top five. Your Reserve Supreme Heifer was the Maintainer Champion, exhibited by Gavin Hunt. Now entering, I'm sorry, I think there was William Hoops, excuse me. Sorry about that. Now entering is Gavin Hunt with his Reserve Champion. Our third overall Supreme Heifer was sponsored by Kennedy Wright. Thank you, Kennedy. Third overall was the Seminole Foundation Heifer, exhibited by Gavin Hunt. That was a single entry, so there is no reserve entering the ring for that. Fourth overall Supreme Heifer, sponsored by Ron and G. Foreman family. Thank you, Ron and G. Fourth overall is Paige Todemeyer with her Shorthorn Heifer. Again, that was a single entry, no reserve to enter. Our fifth overall was Edward Boots. That is sponsored by Eric and Kelly Totemeyer. So again, going down our line, Champion Supreme Heifer was Joel Totemeyer. Reserve Supreme Heifer, William Hoops. Third overall, Gavin Hunt. Fourth overall, Paige Totemeyer. And fifth overall, Edward Hoops. Now we'd like to invite Joel Totemeyer as a Champion Supreme Heifer to come back into the ring. Family, and we'd like to present that trophy to Joel Totemeyer.
Final call. Final call. First call.
Congratulations, Joel, and what a great way to remember Alex. Our hearts are with you and the family. Next class is our home raised class of heifers. So these are all heifers that have already shown, but they have been raised on our homes. Kennedy Wright, Anna Salazar, Alana Edwards, Victoria Briggs, and Joel Totemeyer featuring in your heifers. The champion home raised heifer banner is in memory of Bob Schlutz.
Then we'll take a 5-minute break before we start the cheer.
We have a home race class, a county race class, and a bottle cap class. After that, we're going to take the short 5-minute break. We've been running off of a generator for our mic system, and we don't want to run out of gas, so we're going to make a little 5-minute break to switch things over and get everything set up for the rest of our show. We did have a scratch from the home race class, and the Salazar's a scratch. But entering the ring is Kennedy Wright, Alana Edwards, Victoria Briggs, and Joel Totemeyer for our home raised heifer class. The champion home raised banner is sponsored by the memory of Bob Schlutz, the Schlutz family.
Final call.
really a neat deal for these kids to be able to bring out the cattle they were able to raise on their farm. Give them a big round of applause. I'll go get you a championship.
Congratulations, Joel Sotomayor, champion home race heifer. Again, that banner is sponsored by the Schultz family in memory of Bob. Now entering the ring will be our county raised heifers. Got 8 entries. There is one scratch of county raised. Nolan Graham, Max Volkel, Alana Edwards, Maverick Ocean, Cadence Chamberlain, Layla Kling, Brianna Skillen, and Hunter Diekman, all of our county raised heifers. The champion county raised heifer has been sponsored by Saw Farms, Paul and Sarah Diesel. That'd be all 8. If you arrived late to the show from earlier this morning, I wanted to share that Kent Beans, Kurt Schoonover, and Jason Randall provided breakfast to all the exhibitors. Greatly appreciated by all of those, so thank you to Kurt and Jason and Kent Beads for your sponsorship of that breakfast for all the exhibitors.
I'm just going to pick one. I think pick a champion. Give these exhibitors a round of applause. It's quite something to be able to just bring something. You guys can go buy something anywhere, but to get something in the county, we'll give you a champion county horn.
Your county champion is Max Volkel. Congratulations, Max. You have a cheer from the pig behind me as well. Thank you to all of our exhibitors. How about a round of applause? Our next class is our bucket bottle class. We have 2 entries. Hold on. Thanks for your help there. In the bucket bottle cap class, we have Leighton Carroll and Grace Keltner. The champion bottle bucket cap is sponsored by Dave Crumley. There's more than just the live placing on this that creates our champion. There's also been an interview process that these young individuals went through, so they put a lot of work into their projects. How about a round of applause for these kids? At the conclusion of this, we will take a short 5-minute break just so that we can disconnect the generator, get everything set on to the main power up and running, so we can roll the rest of the show. Be a great opportunity to get a refreshment over at the tent pop stand. All right, we've compiled all of the scores, and it was a close call, but our champion bottle cap is presented by Grace Feltner. Congratulations, Grace. You did a great job. Lady, you all did awesome. You hold your head up high. And so congratulations to Grace, and thank you to Dave Crumley. We'll take a quick 5-minute break, get things reset up, and we will enter back into our theater show as soon as we can.